Okay, so in this topic, we are going to talk about solving for time started and time ended. Okay, if you have not watched the video about solving for duration, please do watch that first before watching this part. Okay, again, do not watch this if you have not watched the solving for duration first. Okay, so as what I've mentioned there sa last video, you have your time started, which is here, and time ended over here. And the distance between the two, or the time between both, is our duration, in which this refers to how long it took for someone to do something, or for a movie to finish. No, so solving for time started. Pag time started ang hinosolve natin, so ito, time started. All you need to do here is to take your time ended minus the duration. Okay? Tinuruan ko na kayo how to do that. Just watch the first video nga. And if you're going to solve for your time ended, all you need to do is to take your time started plus your duration. Okay? So, basically, ganun lang kadali ang time started and time ended ninyo. And to understand further nga, mas maganda sana if you have a clock with you. Remember, during when we can still go to school, we use the clock there, yung sa third floor, so that you will physically see the time movement. Diba? So, if you have a clock with you, mas maganda yung kung meron kayo nun. Okay? Please make use of that. Kasi since beginners pa lang kayo, I don't want you to try to solve for it without even understanding the logic behind it. Okay? Mas maganda yung gumamit muna kayo ng clock ninyo so that you'll be able to physically see. And once you'll get used to it, you'll be able to solve for it logically na. Okay? By simply understanding things na. Then again, ang advice ko lang sa inyo for now is to make use of the clock that you have with you. Okay? Pero, I will still teach you how to add and subtract time. Okay, pero yung subtract I already gave you yung sa last video, so you should watch that part. Ito naman dito sa add, for example, you have yung start time ninyo. What we're solving for is time ended. So, example, you started at 8:25 a.m. and it took you, let's say, 2 hours and 15 minutes. So, this is easy. Kasi nga, all you need to do is just to take time started, 8:25. Kasi nga, again you are solving for time ended here. You take your time started plus your duration. Yung duration nyo is 2 hours and 15 minutes. So, i-add nyo lang yan since that is what you're supposed to do. Again, you add them by hours and minutes. You don't combine these units, okay? You need a separator in between. You don't mix minutes and hours unless you convert them, okay? So, in this case, 25 plus 15 will basically give us 40. And 8 plus 2 will give us 10. So, which means this is your end time. 10:40. But there may be cases that you will experience this. Again, you still have our same starting time, which is 8:25 time started. Pero difference na lang natin is yung time to finish. So, let's say, yung duration nyo is 2 hours and 50 minutes. Okay, ito yung part na you might get confused. Pero sige lang, let's try. Again, you're solving for time ended. So, take your time started, 8:25, plus yung duration nyo, which is ang 2 hours and 50 minutes. Then again, when you're dealing with time, please deal with hours alone, deal with minutes alone. Do not combine them unless you're going to convert one unit to another. Okay, so 25 plus 50 will obviously give us 75. And 8 plus 2 will give you 10. But if you notice that this is a very unusual time. Teacher Mark, I finished my work at 10:75. Meron bang ganyan? Of course, there is none. Now, this is the time that I basically mentioned to you that you are going to convert a certain unit. So in this case, you're going to take off a certain unit here sa ating minutes. And we want to remove an equal amount of 1 hour. It's always 1 hour that you're going to take off. And 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. Which means you are going to remove 60 from it. And once you are done removing 60 from 75, you are now left with 15. Okay? Gagamitin natin to. Now, Teacher Mark, what are we supposed to do with 60? This 60 will now be changed to an hour. And 60 minutes is equivalent to 1 hour. So that means that this is equivalent to 1 hour. I-add nyo lang to sa 10 ngayon. This 1 hour will be added to 10. And 10 plus 1 will give you 11. And the final time ended is 11:15. Again, I advise you to make use of an actual clock that you can borrow sa bahay ninyo. O kung pwede yung mga maliliit lang. Okay? So, this is basically how you solve for time started and time ended given the duration. Okay? So, ganito lang.